Thunders is the god of thunder himself. It's always a pleasure to welcome the mighty Chris Hemsworth! Oh. There you go. Hello, sir. Nice to see you. Come in. How do you do? Yay! Woo! 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 Let's just woo for a while. Woo! Nice to see you all.
Nice to see you.
Avengers, Game of Thrones, a Julianne Moore sandwich. It was nice to see you. Thanks. Nice to see you. Yeah.
Good to see you.
It's all good. Yeah. Now, Emilia Clarke, I think we said Emilia Clarke was going to be here, but she's not here tonight. But look, I just reassure you, that is Kit Harington. You know, because I can't, you look so different without the beard.
I look like a weathered adolescent. I think. A tired child.
Why was it just the minute you were not Jon Snow, you thought, right, that's gone?
No, I just did SNL, so they shaved me.
Oh, this is Saturday Night Live?
Yeah.
But now, not only did they shave you, like, you went all out on SNL, didn't you?
Yeah, they sort of said, you know, do you have any talents? Do you have anything you can show off? And I thought, no, not really. But I said, look, I'll do anything you want me to. I'm like yours. I'll do anything. Any of the skits that you haven't found anyone to do them, I'll do them. Anything controversial, I'll do them. So, yeah.
Is that how you ended up in your pants with nipple tassels?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I wonder how many times they had pitched that sketch.
And I was the numpty who ended up doing it.
And, Julianne, now, oddly, you do know Kit from before.
I do. We spent like a week in a cage in the pouring rain while I was supposed to... I was a witch, and I killed him.
With her demon tail.
That's right.
Yeah, I got killed by Julianne Moore's witch demon tail.
Yeah.
How did you kill him with a demon tail?
I don't know. I whipped it around.
Just hit him with it.
Yeah, and then in between takes, I'd say, like, so where are you from? I mean, is this your second movie? Okay, that's great.
It's my second movie,
yeah.
and I was sharing a scene with Jeff Bridges and Julianne Moore as the guy who gets killed in the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
By her demon tail. I was like living the dream, but not living the dream.
He was so good-natured, he really was. It was pouring rain, it was cold, and they threw him back and forth and dragged him across the ground.
For about 3 weeks, actually.
Yeah.
It was longer than it should have been.
They were enjoying it.
Yeah.
Chris and Paul, lovely to have you back. Avengers back in our world, very exciting. And Chris, I know you've said before how your daughter isn't impressed that you're Thor. It's not a big deal in her world.
Yeah, I've got 3 kids and 2 twin boys and my young daughter, and she thinks it's okay. She's just not as impressed as I'd like her to be.
But then you did try quite hard to impress her. Was it at a school sports day?
Oh, right, yeah. She had this athletics carnival and she was quite nervous, and I said, you know, it doesn't matter. It's just about having fun, and winning's not important. And then she went in the 100-metre sprint or whatever, and she came second, and she was, you know, a bit bummed. And I said, don't worry, you know, it's about having fun and so on. And then they said, all right, the dad's race. And I was like, what, the dad's race? And everyone starts lining up, and I'm like, oh, my God, I'm not ready for this. I haven't sprinted in a long time. And all of a sudden became incredibly nervous, and I'm looking at my daughter, and she's like, you've got to win, Dad. And I'm like, it's not important. and I took off and won the race.
Of course you did!
And, which I was beyond happy about. I looked over at my daughter, and she's like, you know, do you see me win? She's like, when? Where's the race happen? I had no idea. So she was still not impressed, yeah.
I just imagine being one of the other fathers and Thor. What's the point?
No.
I had that feeling actually when we were filming, and I was standing right behind you, and we finished a scene. We had to get it kind of out of the suits, you know. Yeah. And I'd been working out really hard. I'd been eating great for years. And I'm standing behind you. I was like, what is the point? I mean,
No, come on.
I mean, no, but like, we're essentially comprised of similar materials, right? I mean, we both have ribs and organs
and bits and pieces.
And then there's this.
Yeah.
And there's Ant-Man.
Right, let's start with Avengers Endgame. It stars Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, and lots of other people as other people. It's out everywhere on April the 25th. So, we all saw the last film. It ended in carnage. So does this film sort of start right then, or do we find you licking your wounds provocatively a few months later?
Well, this is going to be...
You can tell us how it starts, surely.
I mean, can we this is the hardest press to...
How do you handle this?
I was going to ask you.
I mean, the trailer you see is very early on in the film, and basically it's the... You know, everyone's at their lowest, and there's a bit of sort of survivor's guilt and I don't know, obviously anger and sadness, all that, and this is their last-ditch effort to kind of right the wrongs and rally the troops and...
And nerds and non-nerds alike, where was Ant-Man in the last film?
I had that same question. It felt like there was just this great party going on. And my invitation got lost in the mail. There's in Ant-Man and the Wasp, you find out if you watch the film.
I've seen it.
That it's kind of happening concurrently. So there's a moment at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp when I shrink down so small I go into kind of a microverse in the quantum realm, and at that moment there's a snap that happens that...
This is the Thanos.
Yeah. And,
very powerful glove.
And everyone that was up kind of helping me do that turned to dust.
And now fans are speculating, because I think we know that this is the last one in your contract.
Yeah, I mean, I think for all of us, this kind of wraps up the 22 films and the 10-year cinematic journey, and yeah.
So does that suggest that this film doesn't end well for Thor?
I can't tell you. Yes. Leading the witness. I mean, it regardless of what happens to you in this film with any of these characters, it's just the end of Phase 3 for Marvel, and it's just this culmination of, as I said, all these films, and who knows?
Well, we've got a clip. Now, this is the kind of remaining Avengers discussing their plan of action against Thanos, the baddie.
He used the stones again.
Hey. We'd be going in short-handed, you know?
Look, he's still got the stones, so...
So let's get him. Use them to bring everyone back.
Just like that.
Yeah, just like that.
Even if there's a small chance that we can undo this, I mean, we owe it to everyone who's not in this room to try.
If we do this, how do we know it's gonna end any differently than it did before?
Because before you didn't have me.
Hey, new girl, everybody in this room is about that superhero life. And if you don't mind my asking, where the hell have you been all this time?
There are a lot of other planets in the universe. And unfortunately, they didn't have you guys.
I like this one. Let's go get this son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah. And because Thanos is so powerful now, obviously people are going to think, how the hell can the Avengers beat Thanos? He's got a glove. But there is a fan theory involving Ant-Man. Now, can you explain how Ant-Man will beat Thanos?
I think I know the theory you're talking about. Yeah, a lot of people have asked me recently if I shrink down and go. The theory is called the Thanos theory, and go into Thanos in a certain orifice.
Yes.
And then grow giant size.
That would do it.
That would do it.
But why not? Why not the ear or the nose? I mean, why does it have to be?
You need to really just. Yeah. If you just blew his head off.
No,
you have to really
get in the middle of the body.
Yeah. No, it makes total sense.
Yeah, it does. Scientifically, you're right.
Yeah. But the secrets, like some people, like apparently Mark Ruffalo's not good at keeping secrets.
No, that's why he's not here.
Tom Holland, very bad at keeping secrets.
Also, that's why we turned him to dust.
How are the two of you? Or do you know what happens? Or are you just keeping secrets?
I'm just good at forgetting stuff.
That's a gift.
That often helps, yeah.
We haven't seen it, and there are many things in the film that we don't know because we didn't read a script.
Yeah.
That's not even a joke.
No, but you weren't given a script. It's not like, who cares?
Right.
We didn't read it.
We were literally just given our pages, though.
Yeah.
Our scenes, and so we don't know.
Because Julianne has the opposite problem. People tell you their secrets.
They do. I'm really good at keeping secrets, but I don't know if it's anything anybody really wants to know. So then, you know, it's not like about the Avengers or Game of Thrones or anything. It's just like, you know, where they keep their secret apartment or something.
Oh.
That kind of stuff.
Secret?
Yeah, yeah.
But that's already fascinating.
Yeah.
Who has a secret apartment?
Well, I think I'm always interested. So if I ask people questions and they say, that's funny, no one's ever asked me that. And then they tell me and I'm like, ooh.
Well, are you planning to write a book in your retirement?
Maybe that's what I have to look forward to.
That's a good one. Because, Kit, you've had this for, what, 8, 9 years now?
Well, I was thinking it's similar to you guys, isn't it? 8 or 9 to you, Chris. Anyway,
Yeah.
9 years or something of our lives that we're holding these secrets. But it's the intensity of finishing something like this and then not being able to say anything is.
But do you tell anyone? Have you told no one?
I've told one person.
It's me.
Yeah. Just
Out the back. Funny story.
No, it was getting too much, so I had to tell one person, and it's my friend James, who doesn't watch the show. I mean, he fell asleep in the first episode of the first season. And then I knew, like, you know, you need someone who's zero interest in what you do around you.
Yeah.
So we were having a drink the other night, and I just told him everything about how the series ends and everything, and he couldn't have looked less interested. He
fall asleep again.
I was saying, like, the Night King this and that, and he's the Night what? I've no idea what you're talking about. So it was nice to offload to someone who has zero idea, you know, about anything.
Yeah.
And he lives...
Yeah, people be waterboarding him. Yeah. How weird are the secrets? Because people think they want to know, but they don't want to know.
I want to know. Can we swap endings?
Yeah.
Because I'm obsessed with your show. If you tell me yours, I'll tell you mine. We'll have you in company, so you can...
Yeah.
Yeah, and our secret share. Sorry, Paul, you're out.
No, it's fine.
I'll tell you what happened to you.
Because Julianne, now there's the Avengers and Game of Thrones. Are you a fan of either?
Of all of it.
Oh, okay. You couldn't choose.
No, I couldn't possibly choose.
No, I could not possibly choose.
Yeah.
And here's an odd thing. Now, you've never been in, like, I know you were in Hunger Games and stuff.
Right.
But you haven't been in a superhero.
No, I have no superpowers.
Well, no. I heard you in an interview saying you do have a superpower, and it might be one that a lot of women share. I don't know.
Right. I don't. Oh, yeah. I don't feel pain in my feet.
But you genuinely don't, do you?
No, I can't feel a thing.
Okay,
and
here's your proof. Here's your proof. This is Julianne Moore on the red carpet at Cannes, I think. Now, look at her face.
Yeah.
Look at her face there.
Not feeling it, not feeling
Look at that. Look at that. I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah.
I couldn't be happier.
Right.
Now, check out her feet. That's got to hurt.
I did not feel a thing.
Did you not know that was happening until you saw the pictures?
Of course not. Even my daughter was like, Mom! I swear to God, I didn't feel it. They just fell off. My little toes fell off the shoes. I didn't feel a thing.
Wow.
No, I know what. Yeah, you're jealous, aren't you?
I am. I really am.
Yeah. Right, Julianne Moore. Julianne Moore brings us the critically acclaimed Gloria Bell. It's in cinemas and on Curzon Home Cinema from the 7th of June. So, Julianne, you are Gloria Bell.
Yeah.
Tell us about Gloria Bell. Tell us about her story.
Well, it's a movie that really sort of celebrates a regular woman living an ordinary life. She lives in LA. She has 2 kids that are young adults. She's divorced, and she likes to go out and dance. just because she likes dancing. And she happens to meet a guy. I meet John Turturro, who's really fantastic, and we start this relationship because we've met in this club, and then that's kind of it. That's the whole story.
But unusually, this is it like a shot-by-shot remake?
It's not. It is
but it's a remake?
It's a remake of a Chilean film called Gloria by the same director.
So he's directing it again?
Yeah. I had seen the first film and really, really loved it and wanted to work with him, and we have a manager, and so we met, and there's kind of a misunderstanding, and we had this long conversation, and he said, I know that you don't want to remake this. And I said, well, I would do it if you directed it. And he said, well, I would direct it if you were in it, and then that's how we ended up doing it.
Oh, fantastic.
But yeah, so.
Was it a strange experience making a film you'd already seen?
No, because, well, for one thing, by the time we made it, I had seen it years ago.
Oh, okay.
It had been a long time.
Yeah.
And also, we weren't like, you're never remaking a movie, you're actually just making a movie.
Yeah.
So it's sort of, it's like if you do something that's based on material, it's like doing Hamlet again, I guess, or something. You don't think like, well, they've already done it.
Yeah.
You know,
There's
or
a skull.
Star is Born, you know, like 4 times. People do this, you know, you do.
Yeah. Let's see a clip.
Oh,
Gloria Bell. This is you spending an evening with your children, your ex-husband, and the new boyfriend.
Right.
Look at these two little cuties eating their apples.
You loved apples. People thought they were twins. You look like twins.
Our wedding picture. Here we are, stiff as boards. We were so naive.
Oh, we were so in love.
Yeah, we were very naive.
We were in love.
Hold it up.
No,
For a
Peter.
second. No,
Peter.
for 1 second.
No.
Just do it quick.
What's happening?
Peter,
Then
we
and
were
now.
in love.
I know you were in love.
I wanted
Just
to
hold
look
on.
at this.
Just hurry up. Okay.
Don't cut my head off.
No.
See, she's laughing.
Yeah.
No, stop.
You look so much happier now.
But Gloria Bell, I have to say, watching it, I thought, I really hope young people see this film.
Yeah.
That to discover that dating never gets easier.
That's right, yeah.
There's no wisdom with age.
You can be as messed up in your 50s as you are in your 20s. Yeah, that's sort of what this is. Yeah.
Because John Turturro, he does a weird thing that apparently it's happened to you in real life.
It did. And there's I don't want to give away anything in the plot, but we're talking about bad dates and stuff. And I actually was seeing a guy, because there's a lot of bad dates in this movie, and I was sort of seeing a guy kind of casually. It wasn't any big deal, and we ended up at the same party. And I was like, oh, hey, you're here. And he's like, yeah. And he goes, wait here, I'll be right back. And 45 minutes went by, and he never came back. And so there's an incident like that in the movie, and people are like, that doesn't happen. I'm like, oh, it happened to me. So, yeah.
But like,
I know.
But not only did he not come back, like you didn't, he properly ghosted you.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
Gonity gone.
Right. Yeah, you mean the movie or real life?
In real life, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He didn't. He never come back. Yeah.
God. Paul, you've also had quite a classic bad date.
Yes, I did. When I did.
Yes.
Yeah. I probably had a couple of them, but one was really bad. I was a double date. A buddy of mine and I went out with 2 girls many years ago, and the girls didn't. I think it was pretty quickly we realized they were not that interested in either one of us, and we thought it would be funny if we just started making each other laugh. And each guy kept trying to outdo the other guy with just silly things. And when we were driving home, I was driving, and I used to have a Jeep. It didn't have the doors on it or a roof or anything like that. And I was driving. I thought it'd be really funny if, while I was talking to my date, who was riding in the seat next to me, if I just stepped out and started running alongside the car. And I wasn't driving fast, obviously. But even when you're driving slow...
You can't get out.
It's really fast. As she was talking, I said, I just stepped out of my car to run, and I hit the pavement so hard.
Oh, yeah!
And I felt the tire kind of swoosh past my head.
Oh.
I looked up and I saw my car going toward a tree. And then it stopped because the girl in the back had to jump in the front seat and put on the emergency brake. My hands were all cut up, my pants were torn, and I limped back to the car, and they were ashen-faced and wondered what just happened? What did you do?
Matter.
And then we just drove home very quietly.
didn't let you blush.
Did you pretend it to be in an accident rather than going, no, I thought it'd be funny if
Honestly, there's no explaining it. There's no way I thought it'd be funny if I ran around. I remember my leg really hurt. And when I got home, I used to have contact lenses. I had a contact lens case. And when I got home, I took off my pants and I saw the imprint of left and right and the contact case embedded in my skin.
Now, Chris Hemsworth, since you were last here, now you haven't just been the mighty Thor, you are now, I think I'm correct, the Australian ambassador to the world, which sounds like a big job.
For the universe?
Possibly, yes, to other planets, I'm guessing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, what do you have to do? It is an official role, isn't it?
The ambassador for Australia.
Yeah.
To the world. Yeah. That's...
I mean, I'm not making this shit up. I mean, you got this job. No,
I'm the Australian tourism ambassador, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
what does it involve?
I'm kind of like a travel agent, if anyone wants to come and sit up here. I can organise a trip for you. It involves just basically being sent around the country to beautiful places and then talking about them, which is a pretty cool gig.
And as you go around the world, is one of your main jobs reassuring people that if they visit Australia, they won't get killed by something?
Yeah. Because we talk about, it's your greatest fears and so on, like snakes, spiders, sharks, all the things that are everywhere in Australia. Yeah. So I avoid those questions.
Because have you guys all been to Australia?
Yeah.
Yes. You've never been?
I've never been. I know. Well, now that I've met the ambassador, I'll be sure to go.
I will organise a trip for you.
Right.
Yeah. We'll just try and keep you alive.
Now, well, Kit, you mustn't have liked it because you are genuinely afraid of spiders and needles. I mean, scary things.
Needles, too?
Yeah, I can't stand needles. Right. I faint. I literally faint the minute a needle comes near me.
How big does the needle have to be?
Not big.
Like a record player, would that make you faint?
Yeah.
No, it has to be, like, threatening me in a sort of imminent... Or, like, I've found out recently, anyone else. Like, I went in to hold Rose, my wife's, hand while she got an injection and I fainted. I woke up with the nurses over me and she was just kind of shaking her head like, you're pathetic.
We don't have any needles in Australia, so...
Okay.
Not any native ones. Anyway. It's quite safe.
You're good.
But he doesn't need to go to Australia because you are one of those actors who has lots of superstitions and things you have to, like,
what does that mean? I don't...
Well, I don't know, like the one with ambulances. Yeah. What's the thing, when you see an ambulance...
I have to scratch my balls.
Is that because of something?
Someone told me it once, and now it's sort of... apparently it's good luck for the person inside.
Oh, wow.
If we all did it more,
shall we?
I like it, too.
It's pretty kind.
Everyone knows that old superstition.
It doesn't do that.
The flashing light, scratchy balls.
Yeah.
And what's the one you were doing backstage when you were doing the play about the chair?
What one? What backstage?
Apparently, before you went on stage, there was a chair and you had to pat it.
Oh, yeah, no, I got to...
I like the way... Oh, what about... Yes!
Yeah, it's about wood, isn't it? It's about touching wood. So, like, you touch it 3 times, then the other 3 times, and then you have to do it.
But then you would say something.
Yeah, let's all do it.
No, I don't remember what... I wouldn't say anything. I just tapped the wood.
Didn't you say, good luck, Tom?
Who has told you?
I think you did.
Did I?
Is it good luck, Tom, or good luck, Tim?
No, oh, no. Is that you getting mixed up with the Travis Perkins? I have to salute Travis Perkins lorries. That's a different thing.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're not just obsessive compulsive?
That sounds like OCD to me.
Yeah.
Good luck, wood. Scratch.
Scratchy balls.
I hear a siren.
Now, Kit Harington, the final season of Game of Thrones. It's the 8th season, final one. Hello! And Sleepless Nerds, good for them. They can watch the worldwide simulcast on Monday morning at 2 a.m. on Sky Atlantic and Now TV. And for people with jobs, it's on Monday night at 9 o'clock. Before we talk, let's have a look at what's in store.
They're coming. Our enemy doesn't tire. Doesn't stop. doesn't feel. I promise to fight for the living. I intend to keep that promise.
Wow. Hey. I mean, it is just incredible to watch that and think this is a television series.
Yeah.
I mean, they really have gone all out on this series, haven't they?
Yeah, they really have. And to give you an idea, it's like usually we'd shoot it over 6 months for 10 episodes. This time we shot it over 9 months for 6 episodes, and I think they upped the budget by like almost a third or something. So they've gone to town with it, and it's really exciting to be watching it. Like for me. Like especially it's coming to an end, it's ending, and I think that there's going to be some incredible sequences and stuff that... I woke up last night and had a genuine panic attack about it, because I suddenly like, well, this is 8 years and it's climaxing, and like, what if we messed it up? I had one of those, but I think it's going to be brilliant.
But people are talking about this extraordinary battle, which apparently is one of the, literally one of the biggest battles that's ever been put on film.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's one of... It was over 55 nights. We had 55 night shoots in a row.
Wow.
Which was, as you can attest, like a night shoot's a long thing. So doing 55 of them in Northern Ireland in January and February.
Well, they're like day shoots, really.
Yes, that's right.
It was intense, and everyone sort of was right on the edge of killing each other, literally, by the end. But it's...
And how, I mean, what will that be on screen? Will that be one episode, or will that battle be over a few episodes?
God, can I say that? It's so hard, isn't it? I don't know what's been printed and what hasn't. I think it's safe to say that's an episode.
We
Kill him! Kill him! He has said too much!
we can keep secrets. Us in this.
Yeah.
And now, you guys have talked about walking away from the Avengers, but I read somewhere where you thought, end of Jon Snow, I'm going to be cool about this. This is going to be, it's just a chapter in my life. I'm fine.
Yeah. Well, I'd maybe you've had this when you get people come up to you in the street and they say, "Are you Jon Snow?" And you're kind of like, well, not technically, I'm not Jon Snow, no, but let's go with it, I'm Jon. But I kind of waited, I really, really had waited to say the words, "not anymore." Like in a really stoic, kind of cool way. Like the first person I go, "Not anymore." What really happened was I left set and I was very emotional, and this poor girl came up to the airport and went, "Are you Jon Snow?" And I went, "Not anymore."
She must have just walked away.
Backed off.
Pretty quick. Don't ask him. He doesn't like it. And obviously, at the end of things, a lot of actors kind of keep souvenirs and things. Did you get any kind of trinkets from the set?
Yes. Yeah. Well, they wouldn't give me my sword, which I was very annoyed about.
What?
I know.
Should have taken it.
I know. I should have. But I did keep a statue of myself.
But now, when you say statue of yourself,
Like a
as if
life-size one?
it's
I think it's a
big.
bit taller than me, actually. Which is...
Yeah, but
It's
what,
big.
what the hell are you going to do with a statue of yourself?
Well, that's what I asked myself when it arrived. I'm now like, now what do I do with this?
In the front lawn.
Yeah, well, exactly. I'm either going to make a water feature out of it, or a shrine of some sort, or like a scarecrow for the vegetable patch. There's lots of things you can do with this.
I think we were talking about this in the office. I think you should bury it. And then people will find it. So someone will buy your house, and they'll be doing the garden, and they'll find a statue of Jon Snow, and they'll be amazed.
Oh my God, he's frozen.
And then they'll be really like, and he used to live here. Why did he bury it?
Because talking of nicking things, how many of the hammers have you got now?
I've got like 3 or 4 of them.
What?
I didn't ask. I was like, "Just come with me."
Because you even got the new one.
I got the new one, the Stormbreaker. Yeah, and I keep trying to kind of put them up on the mantelpiece and around the house. My wife's like...
I was going to say, what's your wife say? Yeah.
Down. I'm like, put them back up. One of the hammers the other day, my kids have like a toy one, and then the other day. I was like, oh, it's the toy one. I was like, oh, no, that's the real one. The one that's probably just sitting on the ground, you know, with the guinea pigs and the rabbits kind of running over it.
Because Julianne, do you knit things, Julianne? I mean, set.
Yeah. Funny you should ask. Well, you know, I love a wig. I love a wig. So whenever I can, although you can't really just take a wig. You have to ask because they're really expensive. But if I can leave a movie with a wig, I will. And I've got them all in a box. And
nice.
It's a box of hair. Yeah.
Because Paul Rudd, you did quite well in the Nicking Stakes.
I have an Ant-Man suit.
Like, but like, to take the whole suit, is that just kind of like, oh, I think my car's here, bye?
I asked a lot, and about finally on the 20th time, can I please, and they acquiesced, and Marvel was very nice, and they sent it to me, and I have it set at the top of the stairs, so that if anybody goes up the stairs and turns, it's right there, and with hopes that it will terrify them and surprise them. I should probably move it. Just hearing it, yeah.
That'd be a nice place for your statue on the landing. Do you have a landing?
Just move it around the house. Yes, I have a landing. I could...
Behind a breakfast bar. There it is. And we've been talking about some, you know, big roles tonight. And Paul Rudd, there is one role that, thank God, you did manage to get. This is your role as FBI agent Ian Curtis.
That's right.
In the internationally acclaimed Gen X Cops 2.
That's right.
Now, I feel a fool. I did not know much about this film.
What rock have you been living under?
No, but I didn't. But did you? It's you speaking. You're speaking Cantonese.
In a moment, it was an all Cantonese cast. It's actually
now with added Paul Rudd.
This was about I was getting ready to do a play. It was all Cantonese. I was cast as an FBI agent.
Ian Curtis.
Ian Curtis, which was an odd name to choose for any music fans out there. But I spoke English throughout most of the film. But at the end, I did try and my hand in a little Cantonese. The whole thing was so bizarre.
Didn't they ask you for help with the dialogue and things?
Well, they did. I mean, because nobody really spoke English. And I just remember there was one take, and I thought, what could I say that is going to be really funny to me and my friends that we'll enjoy that they won't be able to understand? And I just remember one line was very threatening, and I rewrote it, and it was about these two guys, and they're going to go to jail, and I said, Roseanne Barr Arnold will be president of the United States of America before you two punks ever see the light of day. Really seriously. And I liked that it was Roseanne Barr Arnold, which no one has ever said, and that it was the president of the United States of America. It was such a clunky sentence.
A lot to say.
A lot to say, but nobody knew to say, don't say that. So I said it.
Do we have a clip of
We
that?
do. Ooh. We are very excited. Yeah. Here is an exclusive clip of Paul Rudd as FBI agent Ian Curtis. And this is you with some young Hong Kong punks you've just arrested in Gen X Cops 2.
你哋要跟我走，拉佢我哋。如果唔係我救翻你啊，你死咗好耐啦。咩啊？我哋唔係 friend 咗嘅咩？你哋度仇煙似我，而你哋咁仇。我哋又俾出賣啦。You bastard！ 咪住，我哋唔係拆掂晒嘅啦咩？仲有一件事未做。喂，邊間插巴最好 ？Yeah right. Yeah man. Hey, 快啲啦！
That's really impressive. It's a bit of a spoiler alert because you could see we became friends.
Yes!
Yeah.
Can you remember what drinks are on me one more time?
Did I just say Fighty La?
That's what you said, Fighty La.
And they dyed my hair.
I was going to say you're blonde.
I had blonde hair. When I showed up, they said, you need to bleach your hair. Like any good FBI agent. And I remember my wife said, it looks like if Duran Duran made a video and they were in the FBI.